I am so lucky I don't get seasick, but I bet you last night there was a couple of culprits.
Welcome to another video. My name's Jared Watney. I create social media content for super yachts and I fly bush planes around South Africa when I'm not sailing the seas.
Alrighty. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is considerably bumpier than it has been on the last two. So apparently it's getting a little bit worse. We'll have a chat with the captain a little bit later. But the one thing that hasn't changed, regardless of the fact that it has gotten a little bit bumpy today, is the fact that the deckhand Sam rinsed down the boat again this morning, as well as he's probably going to do it again this evening. And I want to bring that up because it was something that I used to do. And when I first started, I was like, why are we doing this? The boat is getting salty in a matter of minutes. And to explain what I mean by how quickly a boat gets salty at sea, I set up two GoPros and one GoPro was facing the other one for you to see how quickly the lens and the GoPro gets covered in salt. This was over a 15-minute time lapse. Okay, so you can see it gets salty super quick. I think that was on the port side when I filmed it. The starboard side's actually worse at the moment. So the entire boat gets salty from zero within 15 minutes. So why is a deckhand made to go out first thing in the morning and in the evening to rinse down? And is it pointless? When sun bakes on salt to stainless steel or to paintwork, to get that salt off is so much harder than if you were to just remove that layer of salt every single day. So by having Sam go out first thing in the morning and in the evening, rinsing down the boat top to bottom, which takes a little over an hour, he's saving himself days worth of work by having to re-polish all the stainless and wash the boat sometimes 2 to 3 times when the sun has had enough opportunity to bake the salt onto the boat. So that's the reason why a deckhand or deck crew are made to rinse down the boat at sea. Now a lot of you might think, but that's a hell of a lot of wasted water. How much water are you carrying and how are you able to do that? Well, the thing is, this boat has desalinators on board, meaning it makes its own water from the salt water around us that we're simply using to rinse the boat, which goes back into the ocean. So the waste is actually nil.
This is great, huh?
3 more days of it, mate.
And that was just fun. Had a little rocky night. Crew member snoring, but apart from that, we managed to get through it, push through, and we get
Okay, day 3. Good morning. Not the nicest morning to wake up to. I've been awake since about 1 o'clock as the swell increased from 0 to 1.5 head sea. A little bit unexpected. So we have a few crew members who we won't be seeing for a few days.
How are you?
Bad news is the forecast is looking like it's going to get worse. It's going to get to about 2 meters on the nose, which means at this stage we were cruising over Puerto Rico, but it looks like we're going to have to get in the lead of land to get a bit of protection, a bit safer for the crew. So we're going to duck under Puerto Rico tomorrow. That should bring the swell back down to under 1 meter, which will be very nice. Give the girls a chance to get out of bed, get some food into them before we do our last little passage into St. Martin on Wednesday.
Firstly, congrats on 10k followers on Instagram. Rough weather today, not exactly optimal.
No.
So what's expected of the crew when the weather is like this with regards to exterior rinse downs and interior duties? Like, what can be done, what can't be done during these times?
When the weather starts getting rough, ideally you don't want people going outside, only for the reason that they become a man overboard hazard. So when it's like this, if they don't have to go outside, they won't. But when the boat's continually being wet by salt water, rinsing the boat down doesn't make a lot of sense. You can try and knock some of the salt off the boat, but when it gets windy and really wet and just nasty out, I typically say just stay inside. From an interior standpoint, when you walk around the boat, I guarantee you something's moved, a door's open, something's come loose, the latch has come off a drawer or something like that. Or, luckily enough, one of your friends has left a bottle rolling in a drown in a drawer, so when you're waking up in the middle of the night, you can hear something going tick, 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 tick. And then you spend the next 30 minutes trying to find out where that tick, 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 tick went from. So I woke up to that this morning. We'll do an hourly check for all cabins, interior spaces, engine room, and just to make sure everything's still lashed down and nothing's rolling around so it doesn't break. For the most part, that's what we're looking at when we're underway, especially when it's like this.
Where are all the crew sleeping right now?
So, no one ever tells you this when you come onto a yacht, but normally on a yacht you'll find that the master cabin or the owner's cabin will be forward and up high. When you get into inclement weather, you want to be down low and aft as far as you can, and that's where the less you get less movement in those positions. So if you looked forward right now, the boat's pitching and rolling, and at the bow it's quite fast, the movement, so you want to be back. So we've already had crew move from their cabins and start moving aft and low and keeping it dark so they can keep their stomach and their food down.
Right, now as somebody that reads pretty much every single one of the comments that gets posted to my YouTube channel, I always get flack when posting videos like today, where there's a little bit of a swell, some of the crew are not feeling so good, sleeping in the main salon, and I always get these guys from the North Sea going, oh, this is nothing, this is as flat as a lake. And you're probably right, in comparison to the North Sea, it probably is. But these boats are not necessarily designed to take 3 meter plus swells. There's a lot of valuable stuff inside the boat that breaks. And there's also, like on board here, where there's a crew member that's never been to sea before being on board a boat like this. And as a result, it takes a while for the body to adapt, and feeling seasick in an environment like this as a new crew member is totally warranted. Alrighty everybody, so although it was a bumpy one, another day does draw to a close here on board Motor Yacht Bella. Not a lot happens on a day that's bumpy like this when the crew are feeling ill. It's a slow day, it's a movie day, and kind of do what is necessary, and that's about it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please smash that subscribe button, and bear in mind that we are posting daily updates of Motor Yacht Bella on the Instagram down below. And if you're interested in joining yachting, I get a lot of messages from people all the time, which is why myself and Captain Luke and a variety of other creators have built a platform like Crew Library. It's also linked down below, so please make sure to check that out. Thanks for watching everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
Feel this? Wait for it. It's gonna get a whole lot worse. Get away! Get away!
Do you have any tattoos, man? Any struggle getting a job? I mean, you making it up to first officer now. Have you had any issues so far?
Yeah.